Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Ever since what happened in Imo State, where news went very viral over the seven Nigerians, that's people from Niger, that were brought down by UGM. A lot of reports called out saying it is actually IPOB. The police are actually running investigations, but eventually, when the result is out, we'll update you on that. But for the now, people are IPOB have decided to warn the monarchs and over a lot of things. In fact, I don't know how this will play out, but Southeast really needs to begin to have a roundtable discussion with their lustrous daughters and sons to make life more interesting. The group have called out immediate resignation of Uzodinma. In fact, they listed out a lot of things they want Uzodinma to do and to get out of that seat. They want to go to find out what they listed and how possible really that Mr. Governor Hope Uzodinma will resign. It's not doable. It's not possible in Nigeria. Our political leaders don't resign. I doubt if it will see we see that day, but I hope one day we'll get to see. But let's go to the newspaper. Let's go to the newspaper to find out exactly what is going on. Let's start with the verdict they gave to Governor Hope Uzodinma. According to the news, Uche Onyagocha, Onyagocha, the immediate past secretary to the Imo State government on Thursday, asked the state governor Hope Uzodinma to resign since he has shown himself incapable of protecting the lives and property of Imolites and foreigners living in the state. The former rep member, now the PDP candidate for Imo East Senatorial District, stated this in a press release signed by the Special Assistant on Media, McDonald Ekwere, made available. Report has it that residents as of Tuesday night deserted Orogwe community in Owerri local government area of Imo State after seven people were shot down by UGM who invaded the community on Monday night. Onyagocha, while condemning the recent dastardly acts of seven refuse scavengers from Niger Republic in Orogo Owerri West local government area, said Governor Uzodinma should resign since he has shown himself incapable of protecting the lives and property of Imolites and foreigners living in the state. The former lawmaker described the sad incident in his local government, Owerri West, as disheartening and called on Imo State Governor Senator Hope Uzodinma to take urgent steps to restore peace and normalcy in the state. He also said this is the irreducible minimum responsibility of any reasonable government, every responsible government. The continued shedding of innocent blood in the state under the present administration is condemnable and unacceptable. I most heartily commiserate with the people and government of Niger Republic over their bringing out of their citizens in the state, and praise to God for that peaceful repose of their souls. They've long gone, they've actually long buried them according to Islamic rites. But let's also find out what IPOB is sending their monarchs in the whole of Southeast. Well, the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB warned the traditional rulers, president generals of town unions, and politicians in Southeast as at yesterday not to sell or cede their ancestral lands to any government, their agents, or terrorist herdsmen, regardless of where they are coming from or face its wrath. IPOB claimed that the agents of some Southeast governors were sent to Abuja to buy large swaths of land for ostensibly agricultural purposes, only to be turned into headers camps from which terrorist herdsmen would attack the people of the Southeast. According to IPOB Media and Publicity Secretary Ima Powerful, in a statement titled "Don't Sell Any Community Land in Eastern Region to Terrorist Sympathy Government, Terrorist Herdsmen, no matter where they are coming from, or pay heavily for taking such an action." The warning has become imperative following its uncovered plan to use Igbo traditional rulers and president generals, politicians, real estate agencies, and other political jobbers in. According to the IPB statement, the global movement and noble family of the indigenous people of Biafra, ably led by Mazen Kanu, detained in solidarity confinement in the DSS in the DSS custody in Abuja wish to inform Biafrans, friends of Biafra, lovers of Biafra, freedom fighters, and all the traditional rulers and president generals in Biafra land that we have discovered another way to attack our people. Traditional rulers, president generals, politicians, real estate agencies, and other political jobbers in the southeast should abandon any plan or pressure to sell or hand over our ancestral lands to any government or Fulani agents for any ostensibly agricultural purposes or anything else which we know is an avenue to bring down our people. This one has become extremely important, and it is primarily intended for all Igbo traditional rulers, president generals, politicians, real estate agencies, and other political jobbers in Biafra land. They should abandon any attempt to secretly allocate community lands to Fulani herdsmen in the name of agricultural investment, which will turn out to be staging area for attacks and kidnaps of our people. The marauding terrorists disguised as herdsmen are not coming for agricultural purposes, but rather to occupy the land with their cattle and then invite their terrorist relatives to occupy our ancestral land in their land grabbing agenda, and from there to unleash terror on our people. Anyone who sells that land or any land to these invaders after this warning and we get wind of it should keep in mind that we cannot allow the buyers or their agent to operate on such land. The owner of the sold land will forfeit it in perpetuity, and will be dealt with as an individual or as a group. If anyone is currently negotiating the sale of land to the Fulani or their cronies in government in the southeast, we wish to advise such persons or people to terminate such arrangement. We cannot hand over our ancestral land to invaders with a hidden agenda of land grabbing, killing, and violent takeover. IPOB urge those who do not understand its allegation to research Hausa history. Those who do not understand that what we are preventing should research the history of the Hausas in northern Nigeria. We must protect our generations rather than destroy them, as some ethnic groups have done due to the selfishness and greed of their leaders. If after all of our leader Mazen Abdulkanu and IPOB's education, you selfishly go ahead and mortgage our race, IPOB leaders will not let you go free. Whoops. This is explicit. Honestly, if you check well, they have not said anything really bad. But the way things are going, remember they asked for Guruga. Nigerians vehemently said there's nothing like Ruga. They came with National Livestock Program, wanting. They said, no, we are going to put goat, cow. We will now put chicken. And the Nigerians said, we don't want it to the ancestral lands. We need it for our own good. And now with this newest style, what is with this issue of always trying to resettle these Fulanis in locals with indigenous lands? Why not take them back to the north where there will be serious understanding? Well, I guess that's going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our conversation. What's your take? Have a nice